week 118. And this is Ladies Week, y'all. When it comes to dating, do you prefer to go with the flow or label and define things? So I actually want to hear from Jasmine first. Jasmine, when it comes to dating, do you prefer to go with the flow or label and define things?
Label and define what's I don't get.
Okay, so look, when you are with somebody, you're dating somebody, you're talking to somebody, and you're fucking somebody. You know, you enjoy this person. Would you rather it just be, oh, we're just fucking around, we're enjoying each other company, or are you oh no, we need to call this a relationship. I need to be your girlfriend. You need to be my man. You need to be my partner. You need to be my spouse. Which one are you?
I'm not either. It depends because I don't know. My life experience was like not. I'm like just like that because of like everyone and their experience, but I mean aside from that, like some things period, like people are just gonna like be how they are when it comes down to anything. But I'm like, yeah, it depends on the situation because I am not like, was never like, oh, I have to be this. We're doing this. I mean, if it was wow, like everything in any situation, relationship being the same, like with anyone, like certain things are the same, but if it's certain things different where you're gonna want to say, oh, am I this or that? Then yeah, kind of
So I,
like with anything else, you need a title for in life.
yeah.
Oh, I'm electrician, or are you this or that or whatever kind of thing.
So I'm curious to know, and this is completely short weeks. I'm so sorry because I know you would never do this, but I'm so intrigued by Jasmine. It's utterly ridiculous. So, Jasmine, are you in a relationship right now? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. How old is your baby?
Oh, 5 months.
Okay.
But
So
then
how
I know like I gotta go from him, but I love him. But yeah.
how did that relationship start if you don't require, you know, to put a label on things? Like, how did that relationship start for you? Was it like, oh, oh, I'm with you all the time, so hey, we here. You don't make it happen or not?
Wait, I I heard you and everything, but I was trying to see. You was asking me, I know, but was you asking me like mine or anyone's? Like
No,
kind of like.
yours. Because I listened to your answer and I wanted to know, how did your relationship start? Like,
Um,
were you the one that was like, all right, let's do this, or was he the one that was like, all right, let's do this?
no, kind of like a lot of situations. Some with a lot of people. I mean, we're all different, but just a lot of general things are the same. So that's how I talk because it is the case. So with this particular thing in this case, it's like it was at my job, and I met him at my job and stuff in school, and I'm just being regular like everyone, and no one's, you know, like that kind of stuff. And then I help them out like I do other people and give him a ride, and he's cool and kind of likes the same things I like. So then I start like talking and hanging out, and then you know he started like kind of liking me. So I just gave him the chance, and just kind of happened, but it wasn't like talked about like the relationship thing. So no, not in this case, but it winded up being it, and he wanted it. So
Mm-hmm.
because he was cool, and I liked it, and it was
Okay.
mostly just, but yeah. So.
So next, here's the thing. I told y'all Felicia and I are really friends outside of this. So I'm actually a little bit curious to hear what she has to say, and I'm also listening for those key points that I talked to you about when we talked about this before. Here,
Okay,
So,
girl.
what you got to say, girl? What you got to say?
I'm a mixture of both.
Okay.
because I feel like when you are getting to know someone, you're going with the flow off top. Like, you don't text some person one day and be like, we just met 24 hours ago. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you going with the flow, you trying to figure somebody out, get to know them. And it's okay to just go with the flow. But once emotions get involved and everything else, later down the road, it could be 8, 9 months later, you like, all right, what the fuck we doing? Because the older you get, at some point, you want to know what the end game is.
Yep.
Like, are we doing this just for fun? Or do we have the same goal in mind? Because we could fuck around for a year and you could want to be somewhere else with somebody else, but you've invested time, feelings, all this other shit, and that shit you can't get back. So, what are we really doing here? The first 8 months was cool. I love you now, bitch. So, what we doing? What's next? And if niggas don't have answers for what's next,
Deuces.
that's it. So that's why I say I'm a mixture of both because off rip you going with the flow. But at some point, you don't necessarily have to put a label on it, but you got to know what's next. Even people that have been with somebody for 5 years, they want to know what's next. Like, we getting married or we staying in this relationship?
Hello.
People want to know, but then you have people that don't give a shit. They just be like, that's gonna be my forever special friend. And I don't want to be nobody's forever special friend. Better put a ring on it, baby.
Chrissy,
Chrissy, feel me.
I know you got something for us, Chrissy. I know you got it.
Yeah, man. Like, I agree with both Jasmine and the goat. Like, seriously, like, when you upon meeting someone that you're interested in, that you're attracted to, that even if you're not even thinking about a relationship, but you're just, this person is attracted to you, and then they like say, hey, I'm attracted to you, I want to chill with you, I want to hang out with you, and what you want in life. If you know what you want, and if this person comes into your life and says, hey, I want the same thing as you, like, unless it's, I mean, if it's true, that's great. But if it's not, it's exception, like, so definitely a label or some type of title is necessary for me personally, because I do have an end goal in mind. I want to get married. I want a husband. I don't want just to be fucking you. Like, I'm about to be 40. I have 4 babies. You know what I mean? Like, I have, like, I'm thinking about retirement and stuff. I'm thinking about my end, the end of my life, and not just that, but just being happy on a daily. I want somebody who wants to have me on a daily, not just somebody who just wants to fuck around here and there. You know what I mean? Like, that's fried as fuck. Like, what the fuck is that about? That's not that's not where it's at. For some people, that might be. And that seems like a pretty lonely existence for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Some people are happy with that. But I want something that's meaningful, that has a lot of volume, that has a lot of,
Mm-hmm.
that has a lot of, everything, that builds, that, creates, that's beautiful, that's love, that's happiness every single day, that's unifying every single day,
Mm-hmm.
and not just because it feels good, not just because you're lonely, not just because you just need somebody to talk to, like, oh, I'll talk to you, but, establish those boundaries. That's why boundaries are important, and labels and stuff are important, because people got to be accountable for those things.
I agree.
Don't call me your woman if I'm not gonna really be your woman, if you're not gonna treat me like I'm your woman.
See, I
Ding,
am
ding, ding.
I'm a little bit different when it comes to, like, the situation at hand. I feel like I've always been a, just go with the flow type of girl. Like, I didn't require anybody to make me their girlfriend, which now, as I am 32 and I have been in therapy for the past year and a
I'm ready
half,
to get off.
I literally like, I feel as if like I've changed. Like at first I was like, I don't want it. Like I'm so used to being free. Like I just like to do what I want and all of that good stuff. But when my girlfriend came along, I was definitely like, like, okay, like this is I'm happy with her. I want this more than I want anything else, any of my other situations. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and lock this down. So I was the one, which is ironic, that actually proposed to get into a relationship first. And I just found that odd about myself because I had never required to be anybody's girlfriend beforehand. Right. So I think that
you never really wanted a relationship though.
Yeah, I never really wanted one. Like I didn't think relationships was for me until I met Jasmine, and I'm just like, oh my God, like I want to be with this girl for the rest of my life. Like, we go through our shit. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, but I'm happy I made that decision to become, a actual monogamous relationship. So I'm happy we made that choice. So